everyone, welcome to today's session. I know you got me off guard about the same thing, but we are here and we are ready to go. Today, when you hear some of these intros, you just have to know that something new is landing in and it's on the ground. Today, without wasting so much time, let's get started. Yes! Alright, I don't know if I'm sitting well, but I know you can guess from the other side. And you look good, by the way, from the other side, although I can't see you. Alright, okay. So welcome to today's tutorial. Let me just call it a session because it is a continuation of the last time. So this video I'm making today, the tutorial I'm making today is in respect to the second or it's in respect to the continuation of the last one that I did. I did a video about the simple triads and chords you need to use as a beginner or anyone who wants to play. So you know, in your musical journey, in playing and in general expression of your personal feelings toward the instrument and in music per se, in respect to theory and practical, you know, there are simple things and there are basic things that we usually overlook, and these are the best things that we only need in our musical journey. All right, now as a player, there are basic triads and chords you really need to teach yourself before you advance to something else. You know, most of us rush to the difficult part and even to the fancy part of playing this thing, but we forget the basic. Now, that is a long lecture. So let's just break it and go into the practical part of it. Now, on this piano today, I can't remember which key we were in last time we did this, but I'm going to guess, and we will try to use the most relevant key that everyone is able and comfortable to play within. So I will be illustrating from the key of C, and I will be applying it on the key of F and F sharp, because some of you in my comment section have come on board to ask me to do something on the key of F. I will be making videos to reply to some of your requests, but for today, let's keep this bus going. Alright, now in my last tutorial, in my last video, I covered about basic triad. I would like now to pick up from where I left, and I want now to introduce few concepts that you are going to learn in the few minutes that we're going to be having here today, or we're going to be having now. Alright, now one of the concepts I would like to introduce is the introduction of the suspended second triad, because that's where we actually left it from. All right, so we had looked in my previous video, we had looked at how we form suspended triads. Now, there are two types of suspended triads. We have the suspended second and we have the suspended fourth. All right, so when we are talking about suspended second and suspended fourth, there are differences between these two triads. It's still a triad because it's just a chord that has 3 notes in it. All right, so let's begin with the suspended second triads. When you want to form, or if you want to form the suspended second triad, you just need to play the normal triad, major triad, the normal major triad, and what you need to go ahead and do, you're going to pick this number 3 and you're going to let it go and play the second degree. And when you play this triad like that, you have a C suspended 2. That is a C suspended 2. All right, so a suspended triad in theory occupies the first, the second, and the fifth. Those are the notes that is how the notes are arranged in a suspended second triad. All right, so you have your root, that's my C, then you have your second, then you have your fifth. All these are perfects. All right, so this is the second perfect, this is the fifth perfect. All right, so that is how you form a suspended triad. All right, now let's proceed and to see how we form the suspended fourth. The suspended fourth, you take the root, you take the fourth, which is an F in my instant, and the fifth. So you take a root, that is a 1, and you take a 4, there's an F now in the key of C, then you finish up with the fifth. So together you're going to have a triad that sounds like this. Alright. So in total, we're going to have a suspended second. Then we're going to have a suspended fourth. Like that. So, in brief, let me try and show you how we use these triads and how can you use these triads in your normal day-to-day playing. All right. So I'm going to pick. Allow me to find what I want to go ahead and find a loop, which is going to help us. So I'm going to have a tempo 58. And I'm going to reduce it a bit so that it won't be that loud. Alright, so I'm going to have that loop playing so that I will be keeping time with it. I'm also human and I make mistakes, so I need to keep myself in time. So number one, we use suspended triads when we want to repeat a phrase. Like let's say want to repeat that one? So I have beauty that makes these spend with you. Alright, so what I did, I went so light of the world, that's a 5. You came down, that's a 2. That's 4, which is an F major 7, then a 5, then open my hands. So I'm using this suspended. These are C sus2, only I'm playing it in a redundant reformat or in an inversion. So I have this one, and then I'm having my first inversion here, then this is the second inversion. Actually, this is what I should have taught you after I had introduced it. Alright, so you're playing it also in the inversion, in the respective inversions. Alright, so I did that. So, light of the world, you came down in it. So I'm doing that. My suspended 2 here, so that I could avoid the repeating that. So I'm avoiding that. So that's why I used that one to replace the C. That's the C triad. So I'm replacing it here. Alright. So the second purpose or the second use of a triad or suspended 2 triads, you can use it when you want to resolve. Okay, because suspended triads naturally cannot resolve, do not stand by themselves harmonically. So what they do, you use them to resolve to another one. For example, a suspended 2 in any key will resolve you to a 5. Just listen how this one sounds. Suspended 2, then you have that one. So I just need to observe how this sounds. That's a C suspended second. And I'll also tell you this is also a G4, but for now just hold that thought right there. I'm going to talk about it much later. So you see, so this is, now you can hear and you can also feel how resolving it wants to go to a 5. Okay, now this is in action how it would sound. Give me a song. This is way make me I want now to find where everywhere I'm going to play a 5, and I'm going to try to use that suspended 2 to resolve to that 5. So where do we have a 5? Promise, keep light in the darkness. Yeah, that's where we have. So light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. So the light in the darkness. So you feel it like light in the darkness. So instead of playing that, I'm going to say light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. So I'm going to have to say Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. So in short, if you are sharp enough, you can tell I can also use suspended seconds as passing triads to go to a 5 now. So go and experiment that a lot and see how it's going to work for you. Let me quickly talk about the suspended fourths. The suspended fours looks like this. That's the C, suspended 4. If you are on the key of F, you're going to have, that is a suspended 4, but on the key of F. Now, if you are on the key of F sharp, that will be a suspended 2, and then this one will be a suspended 4. So, and so on and so forth. All right? I'm going to make a video about all the suspended fourths and seconds in all the keys so that you'll have time to practice on your own. But now, let's just proceed with this lesson. All right, so let me go to the key of F and illustrate something there. So before I do that, let me just, I already talked about on how you can form that one. So you have your C suspended 4. So suspended 4s, I personally find them want to resolve towards the 1 or the first triad or the first triad of the key we are playing in. Just listen to how a C suspended 4 sounds. It wants to resolve to a 1. You always use this one to resolve to a 1. So suspended fourth, you can use them to resolve to back to a 1. Suspended 2s, you can use them to resolve to a 5. Okay, now let's do this in contest. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper. Now, did you see what I did? Okay, let me play without using it, then I will illustrate it. Waymaker, let me use this one. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Now I'm going to use this one. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise. So I did a mix there. So I had the Waymaker, that's a 4. Then I want to go to a 1, so I'll have to play that. So I just did my normal 4. Waymaker, miracle worker, then promise keeper. So I play that 4. see the expression right there? All right, now you have a rough idea of how these triads work. Let me quickly try and use this one on the key of F and F sharp and see how they're gonna sound, so that some of you are kept in the line. So in the key of F, you're going to have your scale looking like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. All right, right there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So we're going to have our 1 is going to be our F, our 2 is going to be a G minor, our 3 is going to be an A minor, our 4 is going to be our B flat major. Then we're going to have our 5 is going to be a C dominant, right here. Then our 4, 5, 6 is going to be a D minor. Then our 7 is going to be an E diminished 7, or I have my 6 here. E, and I'm going to have right there. So I'm going to have my E diminished. Let me just use a diminished. Then I'm going to land back to 1. All right. Now, so let me use the same song. So then. Now let me highlight the triads I'm using in that key. So I'm going to have my F major triad is right there. I'm going to have my F, that's in my 1. I'm going to have an A to my 3rd, and then I'm going to have a C to my 5th. That makes up the F major triad. So we're going now to form an F based on what I told you earlier, how we form them. You're going now to let the 3rd go, and you're going to invoke the 2nd right here. Then together you're going to have this one, right? So once you have this one, so this is an F sus 2. So we're going to have to form an S sus 4. Remember the way we did it? Just have your F, then go and find the 4th right there, and find the 5th right there, and that is your F sus 4. So together you're going to use this progression: F major triad, F sus 2, F, now that's a B flat major, and an F sus 4, and we are going to use C major, and also we're going to use a C sus 2. Back to 1. Okay, if you're writing those triads, rewind the video so that you'll be able to write them. So the same song. So we make it, that's a 4, complete 4. Promise keeper, then a 6. Light in the darkness, my God, that is. So this is. Then you do a 7, then 1, then 4. Waymaker, miracle worker. That is an F sus 2. Do not worry about what I did here. I'm going to explain sometimes a minute to come. So Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper. Then I want to go to a 5. I want to go to a 6. In the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Make them. because I want to come back to a 1. So this is wing, then an F sus4, because I want to come to a 1. Then I want to go to 5, I use an F sus2. Okay, like I said, when I was in the key of C, I said I use my sus2 to go to a 5, and I use my sus4 to come back to a 1. So, and that's why you hear me do this. Just go ahead and rewind that video so slowly so that you'll be able to play it in real time, all right? All the suspended 4s, I use them to come back to 1. And all the sus2s, I use them to go to a 5. Okay? So, in unison, this is what I put in. Quickly about the inversions, okay? Because I know you've seen me play something like this. This is still an F sus4, but in another inversion. But at the same time, that sus4, F sus4, is also a B flat sus2. Yes. An F sus4, a C sus4. So an F sus4 is similar to a B flat sus2. The same thing happened on C. A C sus4 is also an F sus2. Let that one sink in a bit. Let that one sink in a bit. Why? Because they use the same note. If you invert to this side, it becomes the same but different. The same but different. So, this type of triads, we call them enharmonic triads because they appear to be represented differently or with different names, and yet they have the same sound or the same voice. All right? Sounds good, right? All right? So they utilize the same note in that triad. Like for example, in the F sus4, if I invert this triad upward to get the first inversion, it's gonna look like this. So I'm gonna take this one, invert it here. So this triad right here has two names. It is a B flat suspended 2 and also an F suspended 4. Like that. So if I invert it even much further, I'm going to take this one and take it down here. It's going to sound like this. So depending from which direction you are invoking these inversions, it's going to trigger a different way or a different format on how you will approach your resolution triad or the place you want to land. Resolution triad means the home where you need to land when you're playing. like I just said, when I did like this, when I invoked this the F sus4, it landed me to back home to 1. All right. Then when I did an F2 like that, it landed me to a C as my 5. All right. And as I said, all sus2s land you to a 5, and sus4s land you back to 1. So there's a song. I know you know this song. You Are God by how do we call this? By a guy called Emoji. Alright, his name is Dede something. Comes from Nigeria. Just look it up on YouTube. It's a very good worship song. So what he does, like, I have my 6, 5, which sounds like a 7. Do not worry about what I'm doing right now. What I'm trying to show you is the application of these suspended. So everywhere a sus2 comes, a 5 is somewhere. So you are God. That is how you simply use these triads to show them. So in a worship mood or in a worship setup, let me just bring up that part a bit. All right. So we have this song. This is they usually do that like So let me quickly do something in the key of F sharp. What was this name? So bless the Lord. So this song, I like it. straight away you hear, bless the Lord. How do we achieve this sound? I'm going to come to this one a bit later when I advance it. So bless the Lord, oh my soul, and everything that is within me. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, and everything that is within me. Bless His holy name. Bless the Lord, says it, oh my soul, and everything that is within me. Bless His holy name. So I did that. Bless His holy. So try and apply that one. So bless the Lord, oh my soul, and everything that is within me. Bless His holy name. There it is. So together I had suspended 2 of the F sharp. That is how it looks like. Then I had the suspended 4. That's how it's gonna look like. And F sharp sus 4. Then I had a C sharp sus 2. That right there. And also I had my 5, which is a C. Then I had my 4, which is a B. Sorry. Then I had back to my F sharp, which is my 1. So together, like if I tried to do the Waymaker I was doing, so I'm gonna Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. So in application, Waymaker, miracle, so then I want to go to a 1, so I do the, then I go to my 1. So in applications, it's a Waymaker, that's a normal 4. Miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. So watch this. Waymaker, I want to go to a 1, so I'm using this as 4. Back to 1. In the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. So I'm gonna use this one, huh? Okay, the reason I didn't, because if I would use the sus2, the next triad I was going to is an E flat minor. It sounds better, but I wanted to keep on the principle of 2s, sus2s coming back to a 5. So that is why I did it. Light in the darkness, my God. could use that as 2 to land you to a 6. But voicing it is going to be something key. So this is how I'm going to voice it if I'm going to 6. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pretend as if I'm playing a 1 over a 6. Or I'm going to pretend as if I'm playing a 6, but I'm going to actually play a 1. So the way I'm going to achieve this is going to be based on how I'm going to voice it. So that means I'm going to have to voice my 1, that is an F sharp, and revoice it with a 6. So this is how I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna have my, so this is a 1 and this is a 6. So I'm actually combining those two voices to give me this. So I'm having my F sharp here. This is an F sharp, first inversion, and I'm going to have my 6. Normally, this is how an E flat minor looks like. Okay? But because I have this note here, I'm going to add the weight of the 1 down here. So together I'm going to have this chord. So this one is going to sound like this. To the conclusion of this tutorial by now teaching you now how to revoice a suspended triad to sound way much classic or good, for lack of a better word. Now you know when I begin talking about this stuff where I'm headed to. All right, now allow me to go to the key of F, and right here in the key of F I am going to pick that sus2. Sorry about that, it was a phone call. Alright. You know, we still use these ones. If you have this phone, please keep it for the future reference. If you have this phone, keep it for future references. As for mine, I'm going to keep that mate of mine down there. Alright, so that was a good commercial. So let's rise to the key of F, and I'm very sure you heard things like this, things like this, things like this, things like this. How are we doing this stuff? This is not witchcraft, it's all physics and mathematics, not at the depths of it. So what I'm doing, instead of voicing this suspended triad with a 1 on my left, like that, I'm actually revoicing it using my 3rd. Right there, I did this. Okay, now. So this is how I'm going to do it. So go ahead and try adding the 3rd note on the key you're in. The 3rd of an F is an A. So I'm going to have my my F sus2 there, and I'm going to add that guy in. It's going to sound like that. This triad, you have a liberty of calling it an F suspended 2 add 9. Okay? You have a liberty to call it like that. At the same time, you have the liberty to call it an F add 9. You have the liberty also to call it an F add 9, because an F add 9 looks like this. So what we did, we took this 3rd and played down here. Exactly. That's what we did. And that is where we are deriving these sounds from. So I chose this triad because it had a suspended in it, and it was best for me to use it when I want to spicy up things. All right. So in normal music, in most of most advanced musicians and pianists, or even guitarists, use these methods just to spice up what they are playing, because when you add a third to a suspended 2, or to every twos and every suspended twos, whichever chord or whichever key you're in, it's gonna sound good. So, like that song you heard me singing, so that's what they usually do. The same thing. This is a C add 9. The same thing I did in the F. Mi but now in short you get what I mean. All right, now this is what I intended to show you, like the application of the same to your fives. So you take this concept, so we have to find the F, the 5 of an F, so that is, so the 5 of an F is a C. So go ahead and play the C sus2 and add that third degree right here, then land to 1. So then this one. Up to there, folks. If you didn't catch anything, you are the liberty to rewind everything slowly, one at a time, moment by moment, until you get everything that I taught today. These things may sound easy, or they might sound very basic, and you might say like, that's nothing, I can do that. But they take years of practice until you get it right. Okay? So try and see how easy or how complicated they could be, but based on this knowledge we have today, you can be able to play anything. So from my side, I have no much ado than to bid you farewell in your endeavors. May God bless you, and continue to subscribe. Remember to do that. Very important.